So it happened. It happened. I didn't want it to, but it happened. So let's talk about it. What's up, Fin fans? So, yeah, Dolphins don't have a second round pick because of the title of this video, and we picked somebody at third. But obviously, let's talk about what happened with the second overall pick. So we're sitting there at 16 in the second round, and we trade back with the Saints. So all the speculation today was that the Dolphins were going to trade with the Cardinals for Josh Rosen. They wanted a second. The Cardinals wanted a second. They initially wanted a first, but they kept wanting a second. And the Dolphins traded back with the Saints from 48 to 62, which I was like, ooh, good. They traded back. Maybe the Josh Rosen thing won't happen. Fantastic. So essentially what the Dolphins got was the 62 pick from the Saints and their sixth round pick and their second pick next year. So that's what the Dolphins got from the Saints, and they just gave the Saints their second and then their fourth 116. So they gave up a fourth, got a sixth, but then they got a second next year. So to me, initially that trade down was very good. We got at that point we had 2 2s, 1 3, but with comp 2 3s, 2 4s, 1 5, but with comp 2 5s, 2 6s, and 2 7s. So we had 2 in every round but the first round. So at that point I was super pumped. I'm like, great move down, got more picks for next year where they really wanted to build. And yeah, you could still get a good safety corner. There were some safeties and corners that were still around at that point. And then the pick came around, pick number 62, and all of a sudden Twitter started blowing up that it's getting real serious, that the Dolphins and the Cardinals are talking about Josh Rosen, and then it happened. The Miami Dolphins traded their 62 overall second-round pick to the Cardinals for Josh Rosen. I'll talk about Josh Rosen in 2 seconds, about what I feel about him. On Twitter, I was very upset. Rightfully so, but I'll talk about it more in 2 seconds. So then I thought to myself, all right, well, what else did they give up? Because they didn't just give up a fifth. And then it was reported that the Dolphins got a fifth in 2020. So I'm like, so technically now they'll have 3 5s? That's a good deal. All right, I'm not too upset about it. But then it was miscommunicated. Mind you, it came from the Arizona Cardinals Twitter that they gave up their 5. And it wasn't until Chris Greer had his press conference that he said, no, we gave them our 5 next year. So the Cardinals get the Dolphins second and their 2025th. So we lose one of the fifths. Probably ours, not the comp pick, because we didn't have the comp pick yet for Cameron Wake. So we get Josh Rosen. We give him a second this year and a fifth next year. In all honesty, it bothers me. It bothers me not because I think he's a bad quarterback. It bothers me because there was more needs. Now, did we need a future quarterback? Did we need a franchise quarterback? Of course. This team doesn't have a future quarterback or franchise quarterback. They have Ryan Fitzpatrick, Jake Ruddick, and Luke Falk. They don't have the quarterback. But to me personally, I don't think Josh Rosen is that type of quarterback. I didn't want him in last year's draft. I don't want him in this year's draft. Now, I understand he was he was the 10th pick, top 10 pick. And the Arizona Cardinals already paid most of his contract, so we got him for 3 years for like $6 million. It's nothing. But we had to give up a second for him and a fifth next year. Now, he's had 2 concussions in 2017 alone. We also have no offensive line for him to be behind. Now, he'll sit behind Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then worst case next year, if we suck more, we will take a quarterback in the first round next year. And then Josh Rosen could be our backup, because at about $2 million a year, it's reasonable amount of money for a backup. So when I first the news broke, I was very upset. If you can't tell on Twitter, I was very upset because I wanted them to address some of the needs on the offense and defensive line with that second round pick. I wanted them to get an edge rusher. I wanted them to get somebody that we needed more than the quarterback that I don't think was worth it. But I thought about it, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to give the guy a chance, especially with this team. keep my expectations low. So I'm not saying he's the future. I'm not saying he's going to take us to the Super Bowl. He's going to win the starting job out of the gate. We're not going to need a quarterback next year. This is it. Keep my expectations at a realistic standard. So, yeah. So we have Josh Rosen right now. We gave up a second and a fifth next year. It is what it is. I'm hoping he can show that his attitude problems are a thing of the past. Maybe it was just because he was on the Cardinals, and he shows that he can lead this team to wins and he can lead this team to the future. If not, again, we're barely paying him anything, and he can just be a backup to whoever we take next year. So there's that. So that's how I feel about the Josh Rosen trade. I wish we didn't give up a fifth. I wish we would have just gave him the second and took Rosen. But yeah, I guess we had to give up the fifth because we're getting our first round talent last year for cheap. So it is what it is, and let's get to the next pick. So then with the 15th pick in the third round, the Miami Dolphins take Michael Deiter, guard from Wisconsin. So they actually fill that need at guard. This guy is a double-digit starter at left tackle, guard, and center. So he's a very versatile lineman. He's very durable, which was our biggest problem on the offensive line. Very durable. He's got initial quickness, which is good, especially when you want to get up off your block and make those hits. He's very strong. He's got those high impact motions that can really take the defensive linemen off their feet. Now, some of his downfalls are his quickness. He doesn't have a very good lateral quickness, and he tends to get bulldogged a lot and pushed on his back. Hopefully, going up against the defensive line, going up against Wilkins, going up against Taylor, all these guys, he will get conditioned to be better at the run blocking. But that's what has happened so far of me recording this. I don't think I could see the Dolphins trading back into the third round. So right now, I think they only have a fourth. They don't have a fourth. So they can't even trade back into the third round. So they just, as of right now, they have a fifth and 2 sevenths. So yeah, Dolphins are done for today. And that's why I'm making this video when I'm making this video. So comment below. Let me know what you guys think of the Josh Rosen trade. Same thing with the Dwayne Haskins move yesterday with us not taking him and taking Christian Wilkins. The fan base was split 50-50 on whether they like the move or not. I really expect the fan base to be 50-50 split on the Josh Rosen trade. For me, I wish they didn't, but the fact that they did, I took a step back, I took a breath, kind of looked at it, and it is what it is. Competition in the quarterback room. Falk or Ruddick will probably not make the team because it'll probably be Fitz and Josh Rosen. A lot of you guys are telling me that Josh Rosen will probably sit for half the season, depending on how Fitz does, because we saw how Fitz did with Tampa Bay. He starts getting sloppy. They'll probably just put Josh Rosen in. But yeah, it is what it is. But comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If you hate it, give me a reason why. If you love it, give me a reason why. Again, I like to keep my expectations very minimal. I prefer to be surprised than to let down, especially when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. But comment below. Also, let me know what you guys think of the pick of Michael Deiter, guard, Wisconsin. Let me know what you guys think of that pick. Let me know if there was a player there that you would have wanted, who you would have taken. And I'm going to get to you one of you guys' comments of the day. This one comes from Axel, and he says to me, Greedy Williams is available in the second round. The Dolphins should draft him. That would just make our secondary scary. And I picked this comment. This came yesterday after the first round when I broke down that pick. I picked this comment because Greedy Williams fell to, I think, about the middle of the second round. And a lot of people, especially myself, were wondering, why is he falling so bad? Did he murder somebody? Is there, a gas mask pot picture with him? Like, why is he falling? I honestly think the reason why Greedy Williams fell so far was because he's not a very good tackler. And a lot of people want that tackler. Like, he's got the height, he's got the coverage, he's got the speed, he's got all, but he's not very good at tackling. So maybe that's why he fell to the middle of the second. But I picked that comment because at one point, the Dolphins were on the clock and Greedy Williams was there, and then they traded back. And I was like, if he falls back to Miami, you got to take him. But obviously, we didn't take him. But thank you for the comment, Axel. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, especially with tomorrow, because tomorrow is the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round. So again, we only have a 5th and 2 7ths. We only have 3 picks tomorrow. I can see them probably trading their 5th, moving back, maybe getting another 6th, and trying to pick up more players. But be sure to follow me on Twitter because as soon as things are breaking, because I'm not going to be live, I can tweet them out to you and then talk about the picks that we made. I think the draft starts early tomorrow, like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. Be sure to go check out the Bit Boys. We got a ton of stuff planned over there. I got a ton of stuff going on over there. I'm going to start playing Madden. Probably Monday I'm going to play some Madden. I was supposed to play it yesterday, but it just got too late after everything got done. So I'm going to be playing Madden, opening packs, doing stuff over there. So go check out the Bit Boys. Give this video a thumbs up because the Dolphins are making moves. Is it moves that you like? Maybe, maybe not. But they're making moves. They have a plan. They stuck to their plan. Now, normally in the past with the Dolphins, if they want a player, they'll just overpay or overgive for that player. The Dolphins stuck to their guns and weren't going to give the Cardinals what they wanted. They traded back, they picked up more picks, and then they gave the Cardinals the 2nd round pick. So not only did they pick up a 2nd round pick, but then they were like, all right, so you want our 5th next year? Cool, we just picked up a 2nd next year. Everything's fine and dandy. Here's the 5th. So they're making the right moves, and they're not being overly aggressive and being stupid with the moves they're making. So give it a thumbs up for that. Give it a thumbs up because you like this content. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already. I have a video planned for you guys tomorrow. And then, like I said, on May 8th is when the Dolphins can sign players and it won't affect the comp. So there's going to be a lot of moves there. Then I got OTA videos, training camp videos, undrafted player signing videos. I got so much for you guys. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to do a tour of the stuff I did behind me. I got a lot going on behind me. If you want to look, I got a lot going on behind me. So I'm going to do a tour. Be sure to check out Cutout Creations. If you put the code in DDW, you get free shipping. Also, P.O. Box, not P.U. Box. P.O. Box is below. So if you guys want to send me letters or stuff like that, I'll do a mailbox opening and do a cool video on that. But other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow with the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round. And then on Sunday is going to be my Dolphin draft recap video. I'll give you guys the grades on that. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like usual, stay classy and fins up.